So it's interesting sometimes how everything can go wrong at once. So I woke up last week and I was dizzy, and blood was coming out of my ear.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, that's not good. So I made an appointment with the doctor. She said she could see me at 11. So I came into the office before 11, and because I was dizzy, I knocked over my tea onto my laptop, and my laptop got destroyed. So
Oh,
then I took it, then I went to the doctor, and then I had to take the computer into to the repairman. And it was over a period of a couple days, it was just like everything went wrong. Everything went wrong,
wow.
Um, and I didn't find myself frustrated. It was just, okay, this is what's happening, right? Because it seems like there's always, you know, that you pay for the highs with the lows, right? So that there's always some sort of trend that's happening. And sure enough, the next day everything was fine again.
Yeah, it's just already this vastness, dancing, you know. It may appear as anything, it may appear as any situation or what seems to be problems. But really, there are no real problems. It's just this boundless energy appearing to even the one who seems to say this is wrong, this is not supposed to happen, is also this expressing as that if if a desire arises that this needs to be changed, going to the doctor, that's also an expression of this. What is may appear as anything. So it's, but the one who seems to be separate from everything is already not there. There is no real separate somebody who's experiencing any situation. That one has never been found. The experiencer or the victim of what's just happening is already not there. It's just disappearing as that. So any direction may be taken, looking for the one who's a victim may seem to happen as well. Checking to see exactly who is the sufferer of what's just happening may seem to happen. That's also an expression of everything. This doesn't say this and that shouldn't happen, Everything is allowed to be as it is. There is no judgment. This doesn't mind. Whether there is an investigation happening pertaining to what's arising in this as somebody who's suffering, an investigation happening as a result of that. There's just this also expressing as that, so it's okay. There may be an apparent discovery that there's just no one, but there's no one who's really discovering. There's no entity who's finding out that, oh, there's just vastness, and uh, claims that now I've I have vastness. I can see vastness. There's no one there already to do that. There's just vastness appearing as everything, even appearing as somebody who's looking for vastness. So there is already no knower. No one can know this. There's already no one to know that there's no one. There's just no one here already. So talking about this, doing an investigation, doing meditation may happen, but there's no doer. Even when it feels like there's a doer, even when there's a thinking that, oh, I'm someone, I'm doing, there's no doer. So from this space, which is boundless, you can call it boundless energy, you can call it whatever, God, everything, nothing, a donkey, a mouse, chicken, cockroach, doesn't matter. It doesn't mind the names because it's already neutral. So any name may arise, it may be called any name, doesn't mind. Because this as it is already wordless. There are no words here. It's already that which is wordless appearing as words. So words don't matter to this. It doesn't see the other. It sees itself as everything. So if there's talking about it, it doesn't mind. If there's swearing, it doesn't mind. If there's shouting happening, it doesn't mind. If there's argument, the wind, huge thunderstorm, hurricane, war, it doesn't matter. Because it is seen that it doesn't really see anything separate from itself that it should be worried or bothered by it, because there's no separation here. It's just wholeness. It's just everything already. So this, there is no there's no one. There are no mountains. There are no rivers. There are no streams. There are no animals, no trees, no human beings. There's just simply this, which in the story may appear as just labels, may be labeled that as mountains, human beings, animals, wind, room, tree. It doesn't matter. Then even when something seems to say, but it matters to me, that's already this appearing as that. It may even say, how come I don't get it? That's not something outside of this, separate from this, saying those words. That's already this, saying that. So this may question itself, this may give an answer to itself, this may laugh, this may shout. Mm. So there's never really anyone here to talk to. And this isn't talking to anyone already. It's just talking. Talking to itself, if I may say, looking at itself. So the body, anything may happen to the body. Mm. The body may continue to do what it's destined to do. Mm. But this remains as it is. It is already that which is unchanging. Mm. It doesn't move. It doesn't change, yet what seems to be changes may appear in it. It doesn't move, yet what seems to be movement may happen. It doesn't mind the story, yet what seems to be minding may happen in the story, as this, so as well. So if there are people who are on the striking, or people complaining, birds making noise, huge noise, cars hooting, people going up and down, movement happening, earthquakes happening. So this says just no, nothing. It says itself as everything. It's everything. Like, so it doesn't really matter. This is not a human being. It's not a man or a woman. This has never been born. Therefore, it never dies. It sees no death. It sees no birth. And what seems to be an imagination may seem to happen in it as it. Imagination that how I'm someone who's living life. I'm going somewhere. There's tomorrow. There is a future. There is yesterday. That's just an imagination appearing in it. But there's no one who's imagining. It's just what appears. There as well, there may be a recognition that, this is just an imagination. There's no real future. There's no real past. There's no real present. There's no real me who's separate. It's just an imagination that is believed in. Imagination and the belief in the imagination that it is real is just also this, what is totality. appearing as that. That's not to say the belief is separate from this, or the imagination is separate. It's just also this vastness appearing as that. So this is inescapable. There is no escape. Every movement, every direction taken is already an expression of this. Laughing, playing as the devil's advocate, being curious, snoring. That's what seems to be happening right now here. So everything is beautiful. Everything is already. It's just life expressing itself as everything. Life is eternal. Life can never die. Life knows no death. Life does not depend on the body. So if the body collapses, life is just there. Recognizing that it has never been the body, it has always been itself as everything. It has never been only the body as it appears to happen, to be seen when there is in the story. It has always been everything, including the bodies, all the bodies, different shapes and sizes. It has never been any particular body or in a particular body. So there is already silence, undisturbed silence. It doesn't mind any noise. Any noise may happen, but it's not affected. Any thought may arise. This undisturbed silence is always there. In the midst of a busy traffic, in the midst of argument, in the office going on, in the family.
Can you hear the traffic?
No.
Okay. I turned on noise suppression, but I thought maybe you could hear the traffic.
Yeah, I don't hear anything. Yeah. I only hear this laptop making noise.
So our special friend, he was never brought back. So I guess he's away. Yeah.
Oh, the one we spoke about.
Yeah. He must be locked up. But
Yeah, he is okay where he is. He's okay. Yeah, that's had to happen, or it had to happen. But it may be seen as if it's not okay, but there, uh, an apparent somebody, the experience there, it may be seen that it's okay, it's okay.
things are okay even when they're not okay.
Yeah, because it is already this hearing and that. So there's always that sense of okayness with, with anything, with what seems to be everybody, everything. Even when they are saying, "Oh, I don't feel okay." So when it is seen that all these bodies are empty, it's just this vastness expressing itself. So when somebody says, "I'm not okay," it's not really, it's not that there's a real somebody who's saying those words. It's just already everything, wholeness saying those words. So that's how it is seen that everybody is okay. There's nobody to lose life. There's nobody to find life. There's just life. Appearing to lose life, appearing to find life.
Kind of takes the pressure off, huh?
Sorry?
That kind of takes the pressure off.
It takes the pressure off.
It takes the pressure off, yes.
Oh, beautiful. Mm. There's already no one who's living. Therefore, there's already no one to die. There's just life. Appearing as somebody who's living life. So everything is always seen from that space, which is not moving, which is not trying to be anything, which is not um, expecting anything to happen, which is not a man or a woman. It's not a human being. It's just neutral, just there. Somehow it's not really engaged in any story. Yet story, what seems to be story, it's appearing as a story. So in a way, it's not the story is seen that it's appearing as a story. Yet it's not somehow engaged with the story. Therefore, it doesn't mind anything happening. Anything may arise, anything can be talked about, doesn't mind. Talking about the weather, talking about the politics, talking about anything, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't mind the activity. Is that a statue of a Bigfoot?
No, it's a statue my friend made for me. He gave it to me in college. I take around.
Oh,
It's a metal.
astronauts.
It's a metal casting of a child's toy. But yes, it's an iron
Oh,
astronaut. Neil Armstrong, I guess.
wow.
I do a lot of work for NASA, so. Oh my gosh, it really looks
Oh,
like Bigfoot right there, doesn't it?
sorry?
But at that angle, it really looks like Bigfoot.
Yeah, yeah.
I better do it like this so the people
Look,
don't think I've got Bigfoot.
yeah, it looks like it's, and when you put it closer, it looks like those are ancient astronauts.
Well, that's what it is, yeah. I think it's a specific astronaut. I think that's the first step on the moon. It's supposed to be the first step on the moon, I think.
Oh, nice.
So all this noise we're exposed to, seemingly. We're supposed to just let it roll over us, huh? Just let it wash over in the name of life. Pleasure,
Yeah,
pain, good stuff, bad stuff.
yeah. But when there is no when there this dot that seems to say what's happening is happening to me when it's no longer there,
Yeah.
it may seem to be beautiful, may seem to be okay. But when there is that sense or that feeling of being separate from everything, of being somebody, which is also disappearing at that, then it may seem as if it's really bad. It's not supposed to happen. This shouldn't be happening to me. Then, but when the looking happens, when it seems to say, me as what exactly? That's one seems to be overlooked. There is that tendency to really assume that there's a real somebody there who's really facing all these situations. But when there's looking in investigation, that's to see exactly who is there, who is the victim, what is there, what seems to say this is me. Me as what exactly? Me as what exactly? You as what? Somehow that question doesn't require an answer. It allows that looking to happen, looking within. It doesn't really require any answer. When you say there's a you, you, who are you? What are you exactly? As what exactly are you referring to yourself? So when it is seen that it's not the body, or it's just a thought. What is a thought? Can never be found. It's nothing. So who is really suffering? Who's really a victim? Nobody. There's nobody. There's just emptiness. So there's never been anyone there.
There's never been anyone that what?
There's never been a you there, a separate you. Here, there's just talking happening. There's no assumption that there's somebody who's talking. There's no that's that belief doesn't arise. That the real some separate who's talking. There's just talking. It's just an empty space that is vast, appearing to talk to nobody. Yeah, it's what seems to be a superficial or an apparent character may seem to play out, you know, but it's not real. It's seen that it's not real. It's not solid. There's no real solid character. It's just an appearance. It's just an empty space. when the question is arising, this may as well may seem to give an answer, but it's not giving an answer as somebody. It's just an answer appearing. Even there as well, there's no one there. So somehow this right here doesn't see that as, this doesn't see difference. There's no difference. It's the same. There's no difference. Or if I may say, there's no difference between me and you. It's just same one, same nothingness, same energy, boundless energy, period.
I was thinking about that this week. Just thinking about different people living their lives in different ways and how it all fits together somehow. and and now they're all me. Yeah. Sometimes you sort of feel that kinship.
Mm.
Not just the ones you like, the ones you don't like.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's loving your neighbor as yourself, right?
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, and when it is seen that there is no separate self, therefore there are no others. So loving, it's all about loving yourself. You love yourself, not the self as an individual, but as a whole, as everything. So that kind of love is natural. It's no longer that's one of the story. That's that's what seems to be a separate somebody trying to love everybody. It's just,
Yeah, it's just loving everything.
that kind of love, unconditional love, is already there, even when there's what appears to be somebody trying to love everybody or not trying. That's unconditional love. Undisturbed silence is already there, loving itself naturally. It's already unconditional love appearing as everything. appearing as somebody who's trying to love the whole world, appearing as somebody who's not satisfied, appearing as somebody who's trying to find enlightenment. That's unconditional love appearing as everything. There is no separation. Even anger is just unconditional love appearing as anger. Even frustration, jealousy, not satisfied, satisfied, getting closer, losing it. It's already unconditional love appearing as that. So I would say this is real and unreal. In the story, when this appearing is appearing as somebody who's separate uh, from everything, it may look as if it may seem as if everything is real. There are real people. There is real world. But when it is seen from this space, which is neutral, everything is seen that it's just it's not real. It's just a dream. It's just a story. It's nothing. It's just this neutrality appearing as an activity. So the activity is not separate from that which is neutral. So it's real and unreal. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's like uh, this is coming up right now. It's like when you zoom in and you zoom out. You know, you see all the characters moving around, everything moving. It is seen that vastness sees itself as everything. Then it may happen to uh, to zoom in. I don't know if I'm using correct.
Yes.
A perfect example.
No. You
experience itself in
you stopped.
physical.
You said it may appear to zoom in, and then you froze. So pick it up at zoom in.
Okay, it may zoom out and it sees itself. Oh, sorry. All right. Okay. It sees itself, all the characters, all the birds flying around, all the movement, activity. It sees itself as everything, you know. Then when it zooms in, then it experiences it's experiencing itself in the activity, in the story, just as somebody who's going around trying to fix that, who's very curious about life. Where do I come from? Who am I? I'm in this world. I'm so and so. I know they're zooming out. It's see now. It's all me, Say I'm everything. Those beds, it's what I am, everything, the space, the room, everything. Mm. So it is seen, sees that it's just itself playing, appearing to play as different things.
Yeah.
So somehow it loves being being a person. It loves being experiencing itself as a person. And when it gets tired, and then does an investigation, and then it sees itself that it has never been a person, it has always been itself. It pretends as if it's somebody. It has forgotten that it's its own self. So it's just a play. It's just a play. It's not
I
to be
sit there and
taken
I
seriously.
sit there and I meditate in the mornings. And that's what it feels like. Zooming out, zooming in, zooming out, zooming in, zooming out, zooming in, and 5, 10 minutes goes by, zooming out. You know. And even if it's rudderless, do you know what that word means? Rudderless. Rudderless.
Uh, Whereas that it, mic is, I can't see very well. I don't know if the mic is
Rudderless.
okay. Yeah.
Rudderless is it's like a I don't know what it is. It's like an old term for an engine um, that has I think the rudder was part of a lever that was part of the gear shift or something. I don't know. But when it's engaged, then the machine would go. But if it's not engaged, then the engine's going, but the machine doesn't go. So there's just gears, I mean, it's like the rudder is the gear. People say when people are rudderless, they're aimless, but it's like engaged, but it's engaged like a motor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can be there in the mornings and zoomed in and the engine's going, but it's rudderless, so I don't take off. is the metaphor I'm looking for, you know. We have to zoom
Yeah.
out, zoom in. That's just part of the play, the experience of life being human, but we don't have to engage, right? We don't have to. We don't have to believe it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, when it's when you know, when you're playing a video game, you play a certain character. You play a certain character. The time you spend on that playing a video game, you suddenly become that character. You become that character. Now you seem to be afraid. You're going to the forest.
I'm gonna get hit by a laser beam.
Your heart starts pumping, you know, very strong.
Yeah.
If there's a certain movement, oh, now you are that character. Then uh when that character dies, then you start to remember. uh,
Oh, wait a second. I'm in Kosi.
yeah,
It's been a long time since I've been that engulfed in a video game. But I play like
yeah.
Tetris or chess, you know, and there's like, it's like you actually will feel disappointed. Oh, oh, the block is going the wrong direction, which is so, which is so silly, right?
Yeah.
But I guess it's just as silly to feel like you can control who's president of the United States or everything else that comes in and out of your life. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it is a play. It is a play. It's just need to enjoy. But when the character is taken seriously, which is also just disappearing as that, then it may seem as if the life is not enjoyed, the play is not enjoyed because everything is, oh, there's real death, I'm gonna die and leave my children. Who's gonna take care of my children?
Right.
Mm. But when it is seen that there's just vastness appearing as everything, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether there is a body or no body. It doesn't matter because it is seen that what seems to be everybody is still yourself, and you are life. You are life that expresses as everything, as beds, as mountains, water streams, sky, planets, stars, just life expressing as everything. So life cannot lose itself. Life can never find itself because there's just life. It's only life. There's nobody to lose life. There's nobody to find life. There's nobody who possesses life. This is just life. So everything is beautiful because everything is an expression of life, is an expression of this. So something is coming up. Uh, this week, I think during your spare time in another work, uh, rather than focusing on the or what seems to be objects or people, things, room or stuff, anything, just focus on the space, the whole space around everything or what seems to be objects. Look at the space, make the space as something very important, rather than, because most of the time we spend so much time focusing on the things, the objects.
All right. A piece of paper. Focus on the space.
Yes.
A little note right here. Put it up against my monitor. I will see it all week.
Yeah, just focus on the space, the blue sky, all the space around all the buildings, the trees, the space. And then, because most of the time, the attention when is focused on the object, it seems as if somehow the space is overlooked. The space, just space. But when the attention is focusing on the space itself, the more you focus on the space, then the objects will seem to be overlooked somehow. Okay, just do that. You see. I don't want to explain.
Yeah, I can feel it. I'll do it. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, it's what's coming up here. I don't know. Just
Yeah, it's good. I appreciate that. Okay, my wife is gonna come pick me up here any second. So we'll let you go. It'll be like this for a few weeks. I'll have to take the calls from work uh, until I get my computer back. So,
okay. No problem. No problem.
okay. Thank you, Kosi.
You're welcome.
See you next week. Say hi to your auntie.
Okay. I'll do just that.